Hello, this is Bug News, and today we're going to talk about Ethereum. And here with Bug News, we're going to cover, different topics, moving forward, and not just, well, a range of topics, and not just topics relating to, YouTube subcultures, celebrity news, or popular news, as we might say. We're going to, do different things to cover different topics and to expose people to different things. But anyway. So we're going to talk about Ethereum. If you have heard the term Ethereum and don't know what it is, or just like a redefinition, I'll try my best to go over that briefly. So Ethereum is a cryptocurrency. It's still considered kind of an altcoin, but it's and when I say alt, I mean alternative currency, and Bitcoin being the primary. Um, a lot of times, some of these exchanges maybe back at Bitcoin, and they use that as foundation for their, exchange in one aspect. But Ethereum, I guess, is probably like 10, I don't know, maybe 7 years old as far as a cryptocurrency. Um, it's a high market cap in the crypto world, and it's been talked about, and has some press behind it. And keep in mind that some stuff is press, some stuff is marketing. So what people do with crypto is they will give up their fiat currency, because basically, or maybe another crypto in exchange, to gain some Ethereum. And you don't have to buy a full Ethereum; you can buy partials Ethereum. So if you just want $1 of Ethereum, you can't buy it directly, but you can probably go to trading sites such as the trade is Ethereum. What I mean, trading sites, traditional trading sites, such as or more mainstream trading sites, but such as Robinhood, maybe Weibo, so you can buy $5 worth of Ethereum and don't have to worry about certain fees. We won't go that deep. Or you can go to crypto exchange trading sites and you deposit your fiat currency, depending on what your fiat currency is. And when I mean by fiat, so that would be US dollar, pound, if they still have the pound, but I guess it's euro, and whatever your country you're in. All right, so that's the key factor here. What Ethereum is. So you do that. This Ethereum, people give it value based on what they want to pay, along with supply and demand rules. So if everybody starts selling it at 1,000, and then people are buying it at 100, of course that's going to affect the price and lower the value. But they'll be exchanging, and they want the cash out. They'll be exchanging the fiat currency, which in most cases is backed by the dollar. But so one purpose of cryptocurrency is to cut out the middleman, in my personal opinion. And when I mean by cut out the middleman, if I want to do a means of exchange, I could use this crypto Ethereum. Like I say, you don't do all the full Ethereum. You can do fractions of it, and to purchase something or to get fiat currency. But I don't have to go to the banks. So if I'm in a country that can't get US dollar, somehow I was able to obtain, maybe I started out with Bitcoin, then I exchanged it for Ethereum, and somehow I was able to obtain Ethereum. I'm somewhere and I need to get fiat currency, but my country can't get fiat currency. I can exchange it online and get that digitally fiat currency in my account. That's just an example of how people may or may not use Ethereum. And there are also what they call D-apps, which are decentralized apps, if I'm doing that correctly. So you may have apps that do other financial things in exchange, and they're using Ethereum as the medium of exchange in that aspect. But there are also fees associated with that. So like I said, we're not gonna go too deep. And you can also do other things with Ethereum, as NFTs and things like that, which we won't go into. So Ethereum is a proof of work. So proof of work are miners use their method of mining to mint blockchains and support the chain to make it secure. So it's decentralized. Proof of work is decentralized, meaning that no one really governs it, and it's the miners are people who are using their computer power to add to the blockchain, do these transactions and things like that. So that's just like an overview. So proof of stake is what Ethereum is moving to. So a lot of people, especially some of these miners, they're concerned that one issue with, let me try to go over 5. So one issue is that, once the merge happens, well, before the merge happens, if you have money in Ethereum or value in it, let's say value in Ethereum, one thing that could happen is the price could drop before the merge, because some people know that you have to wait 6 months to a year before you're going to be able to cash out. So some people might say, "Nah, I can't wait there." And remember, in investment communities, a lot of these people or places are leveraging, so that could have an effect. But it's neither here nor there. So, but they're going to move to proof of stake. So stake, you need a certain amount of coins. So I think the minimum is 32,000 to stake, to hold a staking node. Whereas before you had miners, so I can go ahead and buy a GPU, mine, and I get a little piece of Ethereum as my reward for supporting the blockchain, which a lot of people are not aware of. So, but the staking is more centralized. So, of course, it was 32,000. A lot of people don't have that. So that means that it's going back to more with the big boys, who will be major players and making decisions on the blockchain, in that aspect. But on the other side, the price could go up, in that aspect too. All right. So those are like 2 areas of Ethereum. So the next thing, one thing that needs to be pointed out, well, 3 things. So we went over, what staking is, and we went over holding the money is going to be good. It's written that they're going to hold it for 6 months, especially if you're staking. So, and then they're going to have staking pools that come up. So if you don't have 32,000, you can put a percentage in, and then they'll give you, of course, money. Because what the staking pool will do is they'll be replacing what the miners used to do, basically. But one key note is, if the price of Ethereum, and this is not financial advice now, this is not financial advice, not financial advice, but if the price of Ethereum does go above Bitcoin, in my personal opinion, Bitcoin is going to, somebody in the Bitcoin world ain't going to like that, and they're going to somehow get that price of Bitcoin to stay above Ethereum. That's if that happens. I have no proof of this, just a theory. And like I said, it's not financial advice, but just something to watch. But the only problem now with, once the major effect is, a lot of miners were mining Ethereum because it was the most profitable. And a lot of guys were in early. So now they got what I call in early ideas. So let's say in early, say it was 5 years ago, but this crypto's been around for 10 years, so still in infancy. So there are no new out of the box ways of mining. So a lot of these guys are presenting ideas based off 10 years ago how they used to mine. They're not presenting ideas of what is to come in the future. And one thing that may be to come is that you will probably split your rigs, if you have a rig or if you're mining. And what do I mean by this? You need a certain amount of hash rate, and hash rate is like the power to solve the problem and to get a certain amount of coin. But if you're in a zone of a hash rate to get a certain payout, because remember they give you rewards for supporting the blockchain, well, I could take some of the hash, put it on one pool, and take the other part of the hash and put it on another pool, and I'll get that same payout in time span, but I'm getting it twice. Whereas before, because I didn't have enough to qualify to raise up a notch, I wouldn't get it. But it's just a certain range, and if you follow within that range of the hashing power and then the block rewards, you will get the payout in the same time, but you can get it twice because you're mining in different pools, or you're mining to do 2 wallets in the same pool. But that's why these are like little theories that I haven't seen anyone discuss as far as mining in the future. So a lot of more out of the box thinking has to be done instead of what people were doing 10 years ago. And that's what a lot of these miner videos are doing. They're doing things 10 years ago. I mean, new products come out and they may have knowledge, institutional knowledge. They're still good for that. But when it comes to, hey, how can I be profitable now with new techniques? Nobody's talking about that. They're just talking about the same old stuff they was doing 10 years ago on how to mine. But we'll see how this merge works out, because a lot of people are still concerned that some of the DS will fail after the staking, but that's neither here nor there, and that could affect the price. I'm not too sure how it would affect the price, but it could affect the price and influence Ethereum. But and then we also have the inflation things and the people were a lot worried about the CPI, things like that. But anyway, this is Bug News. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification. Thank you very much.